देखूं मैं तुझे या देखूं कुदरत के ये नजारे, मुश्किलों में है ये दिल मेरा.
So for this one, I made an easy version and I made a pro version. Now the pro version combines the ukulele parts and the guitar parts from the original recording into one. So be sure to check out both. Also, check out the vocal cover in the description below, done by the amazing Suraj. He did an excellent job. Okay, let's get going. So for the intro and the verse, we're going to be doing the same strumming pattern, so let's just talk about that very, very quickly. It goes like this. Down, skip, up, skip, down. Or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So the intro is 8 bars long. The very first bar starts with a G chord. Now we're going to use this fingering, ring finger, middle finger, pinky finger up the top, so that we leave our index finger free to play something in the next bar. So again, the first bar is G, 2, 3. Second bar is a G suspended chord, which is pretty easy. Just put your index finger down at the B string at the first fret. Sounds like this. Bar 3 is back to a G chord. Bar 4 is a D chord, however you want to finger it, the standard way, or this way. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Bar 5 is back to G again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. G suspended. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Bar 7 is G again. And then bar 8 is D to end that section. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 4 and. Verse starts with a G chord. And again, bar 2, same chord. 2 and 3 and 4. Bar 3 is this G suspended chord. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then bar 4 is back to your G chord. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Bar 5 is a D chord. 1 and 2 and 3. Bar 6 is also a D chord. 1, 2 and 3. Bar 7 is a G chord. Bar 8 is a G suspended chord again. 1, 2, 3. Bar 9, G chord. 1, 2, 3. Bar 10, same chord. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bar 11 is a G suspended chord. 1, 2. Bar 12, back to a G. 1, 2, 3, and 4. D chord. Bar 13. 1, again, 2 and 3. Then we have a held G chord. We're just going to do one strum, and it's going to last 2 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. So for the chorus and the post-chorus, we're going to be doing a slightly different strumming pattern. We're going to be playing a little bit busier. Down, down, up, skip, up, down. Or 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Chorus chords are C. Bar 2 is the same thing, another C chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bar 3 is a G chord. Bar 4 is also a G chord. 1, 2, 3. Bar 5 is a C. Bar 6 also a C. 2, 3. bar 7 a G, 4, and again bar 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bar 9, we go to G, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bar 10 a C, 2, 3, bar 11 also a C, 2, 3, 4. Then bar 12, we're going to play a D chord and we're going to hold it for 2 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Post chorus starts with a G chord, bar 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switching to a C chord. 1, 2, 3. Bar 3 is a G chord again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bar 4 is a D chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down to a G chord for bar 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bar 6 is a C chord. 7 is a G chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bar 8 is a D chord that we hold. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
देखूं मैं तुझे या देखूं कुदरत के नज़ारे, मुश्किलों में है ये दिल मेरा। माना तेरी सूरत की है चांदी 100% बिल्लो, मेरे दिल का सोना भी खरा। ये तेरी चांद बालियां होठों पे गालियां, तेरी चांद बालियां होठों पे ये गालियां, सोचने का मौका ना दिया है। मैं तो तेरे पीछे हो लिया, मैं तो तेरे पीछे हो लिया, मैं तो तेरे पीछे।
Before we get started, the intro and the verse, all the finger picking stuff with your right hand. The thumb is going to be responsible for playing the E string, the A string, the D string. The G string is going to be played by your index finger. The B string is going to be played by your middle finger, and the high E string is going to be played by your ring finger. So bar 1 starts with your G chord, using this fingering, ring finger, middle finger, and pinky finger up the top. With your right hand, you're going to be playing on the B string, the E string, and the G string with your middle finger, ring finger, index finger. Next chord is with your left hand, just put your index finger down at the first fret of the B string, and with your right hand you're going to go middle, ring, middle. Then to bar 3, with your left hand, lift your index finger back up. Right hand is middle finger, ring finger, index finger. And then bar 4, we have to switch to a D chord. Now I'm using this fingering, but it's totally up to you if you want to use this one too. With the right hand, it is index, index, ring, middle. Bar 5 goes to a full G chord. Now with the right hand, we're going to be playing with our thumb on the low string and our middle finger on the B string, same time. Next note is a high E string played by your ring finger, and then index finger gets that G string. Bar 6, we go to a C chord with our pinky finger up the top at the 3rd fret. And with our right hand, we're going to be going thumb and middle finger at the same time. Ring finger, middle finger. Back to our standard G chord. Thumb is on the D string, while the middle finger is on the B string at the same time. Ring finger up top, index finger at G string. And that last chord, we're going to be flattening our index finger across the 2nd fret as a bar chord. And we're going to be playing with our right hand the A string and the G string at the same time. And then index finger again one more time. High E string with your ring finger. And then B string with your middle finger. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first bar of the verse starts with a G chord with the left hand, and the right hand is going thumb and middle, and then thumb and ring, and then index. Next bar is you have to get your pinky finger on the left hand and shift it over to the B string, and you're going to play with your thumb and your middle finger with the right hand. And then we shift back to an original G chord, so our pinky finger jumps over to the high E string. And with our right hand, we go thumb and ring finger, and then index finger to finish that bar. Bar 3 of the verse starts with a G chord, but with our index finger at the 1st fret of the B string. It's like a G suspended chord, or a G add 4. With our left hand, we're going to be playing on the A string and the B string at the same time. So thumb and middle finger at the same time. High E string played by our ring finger, then to the B string again one more time. So bar 3 again. Very dissonant, sounds pretty in context. Then bar 4 is back to a standard G chord, and with our right hand, thumb and middle finger at the same time. And then thumb and ring finger at the same time. And then B string with our middle finger. Bar 5 is a D chord. Again, you can use this fingering, which I prefer, or you can switch to the standard one. With the right hand, we're going to be playing thumb and index finger at the same time, and then thumb and index finger at the same time again, with your thumb on a different string. Ring finger up the top, and then index finger again. And then you do the exact same thing for the next bar, for bar 6. Bar 7, you can switch back to a G chord, and with your right hand, you're going to be going thumb and middle at the same time. And then thumb and index at the same time. Ring finger, index finger. Then back to this G suspended chord with your index finger at the B string. Thumb and middle at the same time. Index on the G, ring, index. Bar 9 is back to a G chord, and with our right hand it's thumb and middle. Thumb, ring, index. To a G suspended chord, put your index finger down, thumb and middle, ring, middle, and back to a G chord, thumb and middle, thumb and index, ring, middle. Bar 12 is thumb and middle at the same time, ring, middle. Bar 13 and 14 are the same as bar 5 and 6. Left hand goes to a G chord, and it's thumb and index, ring, index, thumb and index, ring, index. And then you're going to brush the D, the G, the B strings, and then play a low E string with your thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4. chorus starts with a C chord with the left hand, and we're going to be playing a single note on the A string, a muted strum, downstroke, upstroke, skip, up, down, up. So that sounds like this. A single note, muted string, up, skip, up, down, up. Bar 2, your ring finger has to jump over to the low E string for a single note, and then back up to the A string for a single note. Single note, up, skip, up, down. Bar 3 is a G chord, and with our right hand we're going to be playing a single note on the A string, muted strum, up, skip, up, down, up. Again, one more time. Single note on the A string, muted strum, up, skip, up, down, up. Then bar 4 is still a G chord. I'm going to play a single note on the A string, muted strum, up, skip, down. 4 is the same as bar 1. It's a C chord, single note on the A string, muted strum, up, skip, up, down, up. Single note on the E string, single note on the A string, upstroke, skip, up, down. And then back to a G chord, starting on the A string, single note, muted strum, up, skip, up, down, up. Single note on the A string for the next bar, muted strum, up, skip, down. Bar 9 is still a G chord. It starts with a single note on the E string, muted strum, up, skip, up, down, up. Then to a C chord, single note on the A string, muted strum, up, skip, up, down, up. Then this little tag that ends it, which you can barely hear under the drums, but it is there. Single note on the A string, 3rd fret, single note on the E string, 3rd fret, upstroke for a C chord, single note on the A string, single note on the A string, and then a D chord for the next bar. And it holds through to the next bar as well. So I'll repeat that little last section, little tag bit. Single note, upstroke, single note, chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. For the post-chorus, with our left hand, we're going to be holding our fingers into this G chord shape. So ring finger on the low E string, pinky finger on the high E string, and you're not going to be putting your middle finger down here because we're going to be using it, this movement. Starts with a strum, and then a single note on the G string played by your middle finger, and then an upstroke, G chord, skip, so again, bar 1 of the post-chorus is strum, single note, upstroke, strum, skip, up, down, up. Next bar starts with a C chord, full C chord, and then a single note on the D string, open, then an upstroked C chord, skip, up, down, up. Then bar 3 is the exact same as bar 1, chord, single note, upstroke G chord, skip, up, down, up. Bar 4 is a D chord. We start with an open A string, slight pause, upstroke for a D chord, skip, up, down, up. Bar 5 is much the same as bar 1. Go back to your G chord, strum G chord, single note G string, 2nd fret, upstroke G chord, skip, up, down, up. Bar 6, C chord, open D string, upstroke C chord, skip, up, down, up. And there's one last little maneuver before we end the post-chorus, which is this hammer-on the A string from the open to the second fret with your middle finger, muted strum, upstroke G chord, skip, up, down, up. So again, that in context sounds like this. Hammer on, muted string, upstroke, skip, up, down, up. And then the very final chord is a D chord, but only involving the D, G, and B strings. 1, 2, 3, 4.
देखूं मैं तुझे या देखूं कुदरत के ये नजारे, मुश्किलों में है ये दिल मेरा। माना तेरी सूरत की है चांदी 100% बिल्लो, मेरे दिल का सोना भी खरा। ये तेरी चांद बालियां होठों पे गालियां, तेरी चांद बालियां होठों पे ये गालियां, सोचने का मौका ना दिया है। मैं तो तेरे पीछे हो लिया, मैं तो तेरे पीछे हो लिया, मैं तो तेरे पीछे।
And at this point, we just repeat all the sections we've done before to finish the song. So if you like this video, consider giving me the old thumbs up, hitting subscribe, hitting the bell notification icon. Let me know in the comments below if you have any suggestions for new songs. I'm happy to read everything and take every single suggestion. Also, speaking of different videos, check this video out. That one's good. Not that one. This one. That one's the good one. Yeah. Is there a video down there? I don't know. That one.